From the weight room at the Bill Fralick Athletic Center at Penn Hills High School, this is the Coach's Corner, along with the head coach of the Penn Hills Indians, Ron Graham. I'm Bill Navari. Ron, great to have you along for another season. We're into week 3. The Indians 1-1 on a positive note, undefeated in the state of Pennsylvania. But a big win last week at Gateway. Looking back on the first 2 weeks of the season, the defense really is playing well.
Yeah, the young guys have responded, and they're playing with some passion. It's good to see bouncing back from the loss that we had against St. Edward. So it's a testament to the young guys working hard.
The offense struggling a little bit. There are some some bright spots on it, but the injuries, which we're going to talk about on Seniors of the Week coming up a little bit later, a big factor in why maybe the Indians are getting off to a slow start on that side of the ball. Well,
there's been some transition. We have some coaching changes that started happening due to opportunities for some of the coaches we had, and they took other jobs, and it left us that we had to fill some voids in our staff offensively. But things are working out well. We have Steve Russell that's come back to work on our offense. He was here several years ago, and he's an alumni of Penn Hills. And so there's a little bit of transition and some comfort levels that he has to kind of work with. And the kids are responding. We have Harvey Smith was here, but he had an opportunity that he moved to another position, and I want to congratulate him on what he was doing for us. And so we're just moving on and working through this transition time.
When you have that transition time, whenever you have to make all those adjustments and things like that with these kids, fortunately, the schedule-wise, is you start off with the 3 non-conference games that you're able to work those out. But this week is your final non-conference game, and no slouch coming into town, being the Mt Lebanon Blue Devils.
Yes, Mt Lebanon is an excellent team. I believe they're rated in the top 5. They're very strong. They're just a good, solid team, and it's going to be another test for our young guys to see how they recover from week to week. We got to keep the energy together, and so I believe it's going to be a good game.
Mt Lebanon is not a team that we see too often as far as during the regular season. I believe this is only their second trip into Penn Hills. One was a playoff game several years ago.
Yes.
But the last several seasons, you've scrimmaged them. What are you taking from those scrimmages that you're going to expect to see Friday night?
They run a standard, a pro set kind of offense, and they're very sound in what they do. And we have, fortunately, we have been able to scrimmage them in the past several years. So we kind of have a good understanding, and through film work, they haven't changed much. They just do what they do, and they're very good at it.
The reason why we're indoors tonight is because outside it's raining.
Yes.
It's supposed to end tomorrow morning, but how do you think that is going to affect the field? We're playing on the natural surface. Mt Lebanon, most teams used to the artificial surface.
Yes.
So do you think that's going to affect the game at all tomorrow night, and any kind of advantage or disadvantage, you think?
Well, as the thing goes, we all play on the same field, and it's going to be the same conditions for them as well for us, and it's just the team that adjusts to the footing. It's going to probably slow the game down a little bit, but we just have to be mindful of that and make sure that we work on our footing and make sure that we have our bodies in position on our cuts and those type of things.
One of the big things that, if I call it an organization, but the Penn Hills Indians always stresses with their athletes is character.
Yes.
And the first week of the season, the trip up to Ohio, certainly not the way you wanted to turn out, a bit of a drubbing, but yet following that shellacking up there, if you will, the team responded last week with a big victory at Gateway. I mean, you had to be happy with the way that the kids did respond coming off the loss at St. Edward.
Well, absolutely. We had a nice week of practice. The kids were attentive, focused, and worked hard. And they had some excitement going into the game because of Gateway's a rival game, and there's a lot of energy around that. So that played a part into it as well.
A lot of the scoring so far this season has been Corey Jones. He was a good ball player when you had him last year coming into this season. Did you expect him to explode the way that he has early this season?
Yes. He's a excellent player. He has ability to go all the way anytime he touches the ball, and we're working and trying to get the ball in his hands as many times as possible. However, though, we do have a balance, and we have some other capable backs to complement what he's doing, whether he's at a slot receiver or if he's in the backfield.
We knew he was a receiver. I mean, last year he was mostly a slot receiver, but this year you moved him into the backfield. Now, is
Yes.
that by design, or is that because of the injuries that you've been hit in the backfield?
Well, when Terrell Roberson was injured early in the camp, we looked at trying to get a nice options of 1-2 punch, and we had some other capable backs as well. Corey went there and actually won that position because he's pretty elusive, very elusive, and he has speed and he's fearless running the ball.
And we'll give a little credit to his last couple of weeks. Aaron Bailey also running the ball well.
That's right. Aaron Bailey as well as Malik Blakeland. Malik Blakeland had a huge touchdown in the latter part of the game last week. He's very capable, and we're going to use that rotation.
Yeah, Malik sealing the victory last week at Gateway.
Yes.
We talked about the injuries. We have 4 seniors of the week who are not playing because of injury, and I know you are itching to get them back into the lineup.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about those 4.
Yes. We have Terrell Roberson, a very capable back. He would have been our starting running back. He has a shoulder injury, and we're waiting special teams, offense, as well as he was a starting corner. So it was a huge blow when he got injured. Tyler Swacek was our starting center. He has a leg injury, and he's been out, and we're waiting patiently for his return because that'll solidify our offensive line because we had to make some changes. Then we have Sam Russell as an outside linebacker, and he has an ankle injury. He has a small fracture. However, a fracture is a fracture. He's out, and he's a strong side linebacker, and he would have definitely supported our defense on what we had to do, and he's going to be out for another few more weeks. And then we have Kadir Perry Anderson, or Anderson Perry, I'm sorry, and he is a linebacker as well, and a wide receiver and an H-back for us, and he has a back problem. So those are 4 guys that would have made an impact on our starting lineup. And so, we had some adjustments. We had some young sophomores in. We got some other young guys back in the lineup with Layman Kaiser and Sean Sharkey. They had not participated until last week. So these are the things. And
they made their presence known last week as well.
Yes, they did. Yes, and those are the things that you're not, you don't prepare for. Injuries are part of the game, and you just have to continue to pull from the reserve of players you have and just continue to work. So we're looking at having when these guys come back, we're looking at being a little stronger and pulling some things together.
I know folks ask me how I can be so positive about it, but I know looking at these kids, you get Tyler back on an offensive line, help bolster things up there,
yes.
and you get Kadir and Roberson back into the lineup well as offensively.
That's
and
right.
And you get them also on defense,
On
even
defense
with Sam.
as well. That's
and
right.
You're really going to be short up well.
Well, yes. Right now we're down as far as roster numbers. However, things it's looking positive, and the guys that we have available, they have to play.
Well, best of luck to you Friday night against the Blue Devils of Mt Lebanon. Hopefully you can keep some momentum going as we start conference play in 2 weeks, and we look forward to talking with you again next week.
All right, thank you.
Coming up next, our Seniors of the Week as the Coach's Corner continues. Our Seniors of the Week, Terrell Roberson, Tyler Swacek, Samuel Russell, and Kadir Anderson Perry of the 2010 Penn Hills Indians. Terrell, let's start with you. You guys are all the walking wounded, which is why you guys get to start first. Is it a frustrating thing being on the sideline watching everybody play while you're trying to heal?
Yeah, you have so many expectations for your senior year, and you just want to come out and play as hard as you can, as long as you can, and these little setbacks are just a pain.
Any idea when you think you're going to be able to make it back onto the field?
X-rays on Friday, and then after a radiologist take a look at it, maybe next week.
What is actually broken on you?
My scapula, just your shoulder blade.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
All right.
No, you talk about all the radiologists, the scapula, everything else like that, but that's kind of something that you want to turn into possibly a career once you graduate, as we talked earlier.
Yep. I'd like to attend a four-year university, major in sports medicine, then go to med school after that.
No, it's because of what you've been involved with the athletics. Is that where the interest in the sports medicine, is that where that comes from, or is that something that you've always been interested in?
I've always been interested in the medicine field.
I mean, that's fabulous. I mean, do you talk to the trainers at all while you're in the locker room? Do you talk with the doctors about it? And you try to, you learn in all the proper words for things.
Yes. Yeah. Every time I get a chance to, I talk to anybody just to gain more knowledge.
Okay, what's Tyler Swatchik's number?
60.
Very good. Very good. We'll move on over to Tyler Swatchik. Tyler, I saw you up at the freshman game today. A good sign. The club is off the foot. You broke your ankle,
Yes,
and everything seems to be healing well, and we might have you back in a couple of weeks.
Hopefully. I did break my fibula in my ankle about the first day of training camp. So ever since then, I've been itching to get back on the field. Like Terrell, should be back by next week.
Terrell, where is the fibula?
That's on the outside.
Just making sure. Again, it's frustrating for you to. I know how you've been, with watching, trying to get back in and everything. How are you helping on the sidelines as far as you have, Mario Fagiolian right now at center, offering him any tips as far as what to do in your absence?
Yes, sir. I mean, every game, every snap of the ball, whenever I see little things that Mario should, work on, little tweaks I give him every time he comes off, I do work with him and, John and the freshman center coming up. I always try and give tips and my knowledge to them while I'm standing on the sidelines.
Now, what game are you shooting to make it back for?
I am shooting for the plum game, but going to physical therapy, they say I might get some play time, but I'll definitely be on the field for Central.
Well, that's the game everybody wants to get on the field for. The other question is, what's Sammy Russell's number?
His number is 33.
Very good. Everybody's learning this. You guys got it all right on. If you guys would share the mic over there. Sam Russell, Coach talked in the coach's show about getting you back in at linebacker. I know that you're quiet kind of a kid, but I know you really want to get on the field, and that has to make you feel good knowing that the coach is eager to get you back on the field.
Yes, it makes me feel good. I'm not very quiet just at the times I need to be, but yes, I'd like to get back on the field as soon as possible.
Talk about your position. The coach says that you're a linebacker. You want to talk about what your duties are as the linebacker?
As a linebacker, our jobs are to read the running of the football and keep I'm an outside linebacker, so I keep outside contained and just watch for pass coverages.
As a member of the Walking Wounded, what is ailing you, and when are you expected to get back on? I think Coach said maybe a couple more weeks.
Well, I have a torque fracture in my foot. It's going to require surgery, and after that it's just getting back as soon as possible.
And I know it's been frustrating for you as well, Wad. It's your senior year, and you obviously want to get on the field. And are you being patient, or are you really kicking around on the sideline, you want to get back in?
Well, when I see my teammates playing without me, and to think that I got through camp fine and got injured in a scrimmage right before the season, it's pretty tough, and I want to get back as soon as possible.
What are your plans for once you finish at Penn Hills?
I plan to attend college, majoring in accounting, and then to go on to law school.
Oh, excellent! You can be an attorney.
Yes, sir.
Oh, what is Kadir Anderson Perry's number?
15.
These kids studied. These kids studied. Kadir, Coach says he's really itching to get you back on the field as well, not only defensively but offensively. Because you play so many positions on the offense. You play on the receiver, you play as the H-back. Which side of the ball do you prefer playing?
Well, I would prefer to play anywhere on the field. And as long as I can get in the game and play and do my best, I feel like I could do as much damage anywhere on any part of the field.
Now, I believe the coach said that you have a back injury?
Yes. I've had 4 tests already. I injured the L4 and L5, which is the lumbar to the lowest section of the back. So hopefully I can be back as soon as possible.
And when you get back, you're going to be able to play both sides of the ball, do you think? I mean, defensively, you're a defensive back?
No.
Oh, you're a linebacker as well. I mean, you're going to be able to get in and hit people as well? I mean, do you think the back's going to be strong enough?
Defense, I think I'll be able to do defense and offense as well. Being that if I'm on offense, I like to go over across the middle and catch the ball. But I don't know if they're going to let me catch the ball and someone tries to hit me in my back. But whatever happens, happens, and hopefully none of that happens.
Seeing the defense play well the last 2 weeks, is it encouraging to you, being able to, root your teammates on to encourage them to continue to play well until you're able to get back in?
It really does help, to see your team doing great, even though you have a lot of guys sitting out, because when you have depth, then you'll have more guys going in and out with fresh legs. So if I'm not needed on defense, hopefully I can do a lot of damage on offense and so forth, and do some more work on defense as well.
What would you like to accomplish in your senior year at Penn Hills High School?
I'd like to bring my GPA up, class rank. Right now I'm sitting at like a 3.3, so I'd like to bring it up to about 3.4, 3.5.
What are your plans for after school?
I want to go to college, and I want to do biomedical engineering or technology. Hopefully Slippery Rock or Bucknell. Those are 2 schools I'm looking at right now.
Excellent. I'm not going to ask you what Terrell Roberson's number is. But I will ask you this. What was the number of the only Penn Hills Indian to win a Super Bowl ring?
I'm going to say 3.
About 5, Terrell Roberson's number. Sam, did we ask you, what are your plans for after graduation? Did you mention going off to school?
Yes, I plan on going to school. I'm looking at several colleges right now, including University of Pittsburgh and California University of Pennsylvania.
And what would you like to study?
I would like to study accounting and then move on to law school.
Okay, that's right. We did mention you that, didn't we? Tyler, we didn't ask what your plans for after. I know you've been having some colleges look at you. We're not going to ask you where you're going to go because that's a decision to come on later. But as far as studying, what would you like to study?
Definitely going to a college, trying to study education, hopefully become a teacher.
So we have a teacher, a couple of doctors, and an attorney in the group. See, nothing, and it's not, it's the medical scientist on the far end, but certainly challenging vocations, and we wish you guys the best of luck and a speedy recovery, and hopefully we can see you guys on the field shortly. Our seniors of the week, Terrell Roberson, Tyler Swatchik, Sam Russell, and Kadir Anderson Perry of the 2010 Penn Hills Indians. Coming up next, week 3, the Indians' first home game of the season, and they're taking on the 3rd-ranked Mt Lebanon Blue Devils, and it's coming your way next.
Shake your hand.
Tonight, the Indians start their home season by welcoming the Blue Devils of Mt Lebanon High School. A very pleasant good evening to you. I'm Bill Navari. Great to have you along for another night of Penn Hills Indians football. The Indians coming off a big win last week at Gateway. They have a record of 1-1. The Mt Lebanon Blue Devils with victories over Pine Richland and Penn Trafford coming in tonight's contest with a record of 2-0. They are ranked 3rd in the Post-Gazette rankings. The Mt Lebanon Blue Devils led by their quarterback Pat Goff, Jake Alberts, the running back, and also keep your eye on a couple of big kids on the team. Their tight end Paul Lang, number 33, who's 6'5", 237. Tim Quilina is 55. There's number 55, 6'8", 300 pounds. And Andrew Bohat's number 64, 6'6", 279. A lot of size on that Mt Lebanon Blue Devil team. The Indians have won the toss. They've elected to receive. They'll be moving left to right. The Indians wearing the gold helmets, the red jerseys, and the red pants. The Mt Lebanon Blue Devils looking like the Michigan Wolverines with the blue helmets, white jerseys, gold pants. And we'll be getting underway. The Indians start conference play next week. We travel out to Plum on that long road trip. Be taking on the Mustangs. And Mt Lebanon next week will be taking on Hopewell at Mt Lebanon. As the Indian offense gets ready to take the field, they are led by Corey Jones, rushing 103 yards on 19 attempts, has a touchdown. Phil Morford is the quarterback, occasionally replaced by Chaz Whitaker. Yeah, the Indians take the field. There is Corey Jones. Dangerous return man, a couple of kick returns for touchdowns in the opening week at St. Edward Academy up in Lakewood, Ohio. Since then, obviously last week, Gateway not wanting to kick to Corey Jones. We'll see if Mt Lebanon has the guts to do so. Jones joined on the far side of the field by number 8, Malik Blakeman, the junior. Both Jones and Blakeman are juniors, so you will see them back here at Penn Hills again next season. Teeing off for the Blue Devils, Christian Orphanopoulos. And we are underway. A short kick taken at the 36-yard line, and that's it. And Mt Lebanon willing to give up the field position by kicking short. Lamont Kaiser takes it. And there is no return by the Indians as the Blue Devils swarm around Kaiser and take him down right where he collects the football. Beautiful night for football here in western Pennsylvania. September Friday evening. The leaves not yet changing. Occasionally find a little bit of a tree here and there with a little bit of color to it, but still mostly green here in the middle of September. Morford under center. Jones will come in motion to the near side. They're going to give him an inside handoff, looking for somewhere to go. And coming up to make the tackle, Chris Neighbors of the Blue Devils, and Corey Jones will lose 4 yards on the end around. And the Indians will be looking at a 2nd down and 14. Jones needed some help with some blocking on the end. This side just didn't get it. Neighbors beat his man and made it into the backfield to take Jones down. Indians still looking at a lot of injuries to key people. Tyler Swatchik, the center, one of our seniors of the week. Morford, quick pass. Corey Jones will get across the 40-yard line. Tries to break a tackle, does. We'll get an Indian 1st down out close to the 47-yard line. It's about where they'll mark him for a pickup of 15 yards and an Indian 1st down. Morford wasted no time in getting that one out to Jones. Hauled it in about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage and picked up the remaining 13 yards on his own. So again, the first down of the game for the Indians. And it is at their own 47-yard line. Clock running. 10:50 to go here, opening period. We are scoreless. Penn Hills and Woodland Hill. Or excuse me, Penn Hills and Mt Lebanon. Getting a little ahead of ourselves in the season. Morford. Backs in the eye behind him. Looks Jones left side. Same play, opposite side. But this time Jones will only pick up about 3 yards out to the midfield stripe. And the Indians will be looking at a 2nd down and 7. Tonight's action brought to you by Mr. Water Heater. Call them at 1-866-MR-W. Keeping water hot for over 40 years, all season long. They are our sponsor, along with Sembar Mixel Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Call them at 412-241-0195. Morford keeps it on the ground. Blakeman will get another 1st down or close to it. Mark him about the 48-yard line. It will be good enough for a 1st down. Needed 7. We'll give him 8 for number 8. And the Indians move the sticks again. The Indians offense struggling through the first 2 games. And certainly looking to try to get things on track as we head into conference play. And as we spoke with Coach Graham, he's looking forward to hopefully getting some of these key players who have been injured back on the field. Trips to the near side. Jones split to the left. And it'll be Jones out there one-on-one. And he'll be close to another 1st down. Matt Boss came up from the linebacker position to make the tackle from behind, and they're going to give him 9 yards on the reception. So the Indians will be looking at a 2nd down and a yard, which gives you a lot of possibilities on the play calling. You want to send one deep and waste one here if you have somebody and come back on a 3rd and short? Or do you just want to hit Blakeman or Lamont Kaiser just right up the gut and get the 1st down? I think you want to get the 1st down. It'll be Aaron Bailey, left side across the 30, inside the 25. Still on his feet, finally ridden out of bounds. Inside the 25, down close to the 20-yard line. Bailey went left side, made his way down to the 19-yard line. And that's an Indian 1st down once again. 13 yards on the pickup for the sophomore Aaron Bailey. Going to mark him at the 19-yard line. Again, I formation. Williams and Jones to the near side. Chaz Whitaker left, and it'll be Bailey going left side. Gets a block from Whitaker into the secondary, and it'll be first and goal. Indians down about the 8-yard line. They're going to give him the 7, a 12-yard pickup for Aaron Bailey, and it's first and goal Indians. Indians being very methodical in their play calling, mixing it up well. 4 runs, 3 passes so far. This will be the 8th play of the drive, which began back at the 36-yard line following the opening kickoff. Williams and Jones near side, Whitaker left, I formation behind Morford. And it'll be Bailey again, looking for the left side, has a hole, has a lane. Aaron Bailey has the Penn Hills touchdown. Aaron Bailey, 7-yard touchdown run, caps the 8-play, 64-yard drive, and the Indians take the early lead. Indians chew up almost 4 minutes of clock. Three minutes and 49 seconds on the drive. Low snap. And Pampina's kick is blocked, and Pampina gets blocked himself. Kick is no good, and with 8:11 to go, first period, it's Penn Hills 6, Mt Lebanon nothing. You are watching Penn Hills Indians football. Pampina getting the instructions from the official saying wait for the whistle. I think Vince knows to wait for the whistle. Back for the Blue Devils, Jake Alberts and Luke Hagee. They're Division I recruits. And Pampina, nice high kick. Alberts from about the 7-yard line, looking for somewhere to go. Has a big lane up the middle. Alberts looking to try to beat Pampina. There were 2 guys there to block Vince Pampina. And Alberts had himself a touchdown. But Pampino, to his credit, split the seam, made the tackle. And the Blue Devils, after a nice return, will start at their own 46-yard line. 2 big guys there to block the kicker. With 39 yards on the return. And the Blue Devils try to run into the line, and they are stuck. And stuck quickly. Darian Macklin will stop Hagee. Actually have no gain on the play. And it'll be second down and Hagee. Actually, it was second down and 10. Hagee, the 6'0", 170-pound senior. 6'0", 191. Hagee deep, Jack Fate up in the eye. It'll be Hagee again into the line. The Indians are there, short gain. Did the ball come loose? No, it's just everyone blocking. So Hagee will pick up about 4 yards. Mike Airgood with the tackle for the Indians. And officially it's 3. It'll be third down and 7. Nice confidence booster there for the Indians to come out on their opening drive and take it down into the end zone for the touchdown. Now the Indian defense, which has been playing well, needs to try to keep the momentum going. Pressure from Jones from behind. And the Blue Devils will get nothing there. Macklin and Airgood to make sure Pat Goff does not get the first down. Picks up maybe 2. And it'll be fourth down and 5, and the Blue Devils will send on the punt unit. Goff rolled to his right, had pressure from behind by Corey Jones, who was coming on the safety blitz. As he rolled out, had nowhere to throw. Great coverage by the Indians. Give up the short gain, but still force the Blue Devils to punt. Blue Devils get the kick away. Taken at the 10-yard line and looking for somewhere to go. Not much there, but a nifty 5-yard return from the Indians' Lamont Kaiser. So the Indians will take over with 5:58 to go here in the opening period. They are up 6-0, but ball deep in their own territory at about the 16-yard line. Indians starting 20 yards deeper than their opening possession. Interesting to know why Corey Jones was not back as the return man. Kaiser doing a nice job to get the ball out to the 16-yard line. Bailey looking left side, carries Blue Devils ahead out to the 19 for a short pickup of 3 yards. And the Indians will look at a 2nd down and 7. Once again, the Indians in action next Friday at Plum High School to take on the Mustangs in the opening night of Quad East Conference play. Certainly hope you folks can make the long road trip out to Plum High School. Blakeman, straight ahead, dives over some blockers, out to the 23-yard line for a pickup of 4, and the Indians will have a 3rd and 3. Morford gets the play, brings the Indians to the line on a 3rd and 3. Whitaker to the left, Williams and Jones to the near side. I formation behind Morford. And the Indians will keep it on the ground. Blakeman, wrapped up in the backfield, will be held for no gain. Nice defensive play by the Blue Devils' Connor Minnick. And the Indians will be forced to punt. So Mt Lebanon should get some decent field position out of this kick. Alberts and Hagee back about their own 45-yard line. Bouncing snap gets back to Morford. And it's taken by Hagee at the 45-yard line. And he'll be brought down immediately by Tahir Jackson. He caught it at the 50 and was brought down at the 47-yard line. And Mt Lebanon will take over there. Loss of 3 on the return. And the Blue Devils starting about right where they started their last drive. Hagee comes in motion to the near side. Goff with a straight drop, looking to throw. Lofts up one to the near side, has a man wide open, but the pass too far and out of bounds. Andrew Kuhn, the intended receiver. And that was an interesting looking pass. Corey Jones, the coverage on the play, but the pass out of bounds. And the Blue Devils will have a 2nd down and 10. Kind of a sparse crowd on hand tonight. First man throws to here. He gets to the first line. We'll have a 1st down for the Indians. Blakeman will make the tackle at about the 42-yard line. Looked like the Indians had Fate stuffed in, but he broke through and will be close to the 1st down. It looks like he may be just short. Clock will stop for the moment with 3:36 to go here in the opening period. Score Penn Hills 6, Mt Lebanon nothing. And Fate will have the 1st down to the 40-yard line. Needed 6 inches, got 3 yards. And Mt Lebanon has their first down of the night. Macklin will finally bring him down. And the Indians jump off sides. Sean Sharkey creeped up just a bit much. And it gives Mt Lebanon a 1st and 5. Clock under 3 minutes and running here in the opening period. It's Hagee into the secondary. They'll finally bring him down. Lamont Kaiser on the tackle. And Hagee will be just short of the 1st down. It'll be 2nd and a yard. Big Paul Lane comes in motion to the near side. And it'll be Hagee looking for somewhere to go. We'll have the 1st down. Carries Indians ahead inside the 20. Inside the 25, down close to the 20. And give him the 21-yard line, a pickup of 11. And that was a case of the Indians just trying to tackle too high. And Mt Lebanon will waste no time getting into the line. Sends trips to the right. Goff will throw. No, he won't. Straight down to the 20, into the line at the 21. No gain. Devon Hester with the tackle. And it's 2nd down and 10. Goff rolls to his right, looking for somewhere to throw. Has pressure from behind and a pass complete. Close to a 1st down. It's Hagee with the catch, and he's driven out of bounds by James Proctor. They'll be short of the 1st down. Hagee coming left. Indians in chase inside the 10, inside the 5. Pulled down about the 1-yard line. Jaquan Williams with the touchdown saving tackle. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Blue Devils. A penalty flag back at the 16-yard line. Oh my. A holding call against the Blue Devils. We'll mark it back to the 26, in essence a 14-yard penalty. Goff, straight drop, looking down the middle, has a man towards the end zone, and a pass is caught. Oh my goodness, yes it is. Corey Jones was on the coverage, but Andrew Kuhn with a diving reception. And the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils tie the game. You don't see things much better than that in high school football. An incredible catch by Andrew Kuhn, the 6'0", 178 senior. And the Blue Devils an extra point from tying it. And the Indians jump off sides. And there's a timeout on the field coming with 6 seconds to go here in the first. The Blue Devils an extra point away from taking the lead, and they're going to talk it over as they go half the distance to the goal following the penalty, and we'll let them talk it over. 6 seconds to go, first quarter. We're tied at 6. Penn Hills, Mount Lebanon. You're watching Indians football. So Mount Lebanon talks it over during the timeout, and they decide to just come back and kick the extra point. And the Blue Devils get the kick up, away, and they take the lead. Still with 6 seconds to go here in the first period. And the difference now, an extra point. So now we'll see if the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils will kick it to Corey Jones this time. And I'm sure they are discussing that on the near side of the field. A nice shot of the Indians kick return team. There's Jones and Blakeman deep. If you're the Indians, you might want to start thinking about moving Corey Jones up a little bit. So after St. Edwards, I don't think you're going to see anybody kicking it deep to Jones. And you won't again this time. Indians take it at the 29-yard line, and a nice return out to the 39 by Lamont Kaiser. And that'll do it for the first period. After one period of play, your score, Mount Lebanon 7, Penn Hills 6. You are watching Penn Hills Indians football. Jones will go in the motion to the right side, end around. Jones looking for somewhere to go. The Indians definitely needing trying to get the ball into the hands of Corey Jones, who has been their most dangerous threat through 2 games on the season. And Jones will pick up 4 yards. And the Indians will have a second down and about 6. A penalty flag at the 37-yard line on the near side of the field, and I think this one might come back. It's going to be a false start against the Indians. So instead of second down and 6, the Indians will be looking at a 1st and 15. First and 15, another penalty flag. Aaron Bailey up the middle will carry Mount Lebanon Blue Devils out close to the first down. It'll be a 14-yard play, a 14-yard run if the play stands, but a penalty flag at the 31-yard line, and it's a legal motion call against the Indians. So instead of 2nd and 1, it'll be 1st and 20. So the Indians not helping themselves at all. It'll be Bailey again trying to get the same result as before, but they don't do it. We'll pick up maybe a yard. And Indians will be looking at a 2nd down and 19. Another penalty flag, and the Indians will probably have this one declined. Morford will keep it himself out to the 33-yard line, picks up a yard. I think if you're Mount Lebanon, you let them have the 3rd and 18. And that's what Mount Lebanon is going to do. Procedure call against the Indians, and the penalty is declined. Clock running, rolling under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Indians trail by 1. Morford counts his players, gets the call in. And the Indians already with a big 3rd down, 3rd and 17. Morford with the straight drop, looks his side, has Whitaker at the 40-yard line. Tries to shake and bake 3 Blue Devils, but nothing doing there. He'll get out to the 44-yard line for a pickup of 12. And that'll be 4th down for the Indians, and the punting unit will come on. Although the play short of the 1st down, it does give the Indians an additional 12 yards for the punt, hopefully not giving Mount Lebanon too good a field position. Hagee and Alberts back about their own 25-yard line. Interesting to note, we haven't seen Alberts run the football yet tonight. Alberts, one of the blue chip recruits, 6 foot. Low snap. Line, drive, kick, bounces at the 30, takes an Indian bounce and will roll at about the 30-yard line. And the Indians will take over there with, Mount Lebanon will take over there with 9:24 to go. Now the Indian defense will be taxed with trying to keep the Blue Devils off the field and keep this out of the end zone and off the scoreboard and keep this a 1-point game. Hey, a lot of kids in attendance tonight. Great thing to see. The youth of Penn Hills cheering on their big red machine. Goff at quarterback with an I formation behind him. In motion, coming to the near side, Paul Lang. And it'll be Hagee, the workhorse, and he just runs right into a stone wall of Indians. The big hit by Darian Macklin. That'll be no gain. And they're going to call this one against the Indians. Ordinarily, when you see about 4 people jump all at the same time, it's usually a procedure call, but the officials immediately signaled it was an offsides. Clock running, 8:40 to go here in the first half. The Blue Devils with the ball and the 1-point lead. Hagee. Able to get close to the first down. It'll be 3rd and a yard. He'll pick up 4. Trayvon Hester making the tackle for the Indians. And somebody looks like he's asking Deidre to the homecoming dance. And we don't know what Deidre has said. And the Blue Devils, he was stopped and he'll come back. Fate was stopped behind the line of scrimmage, kept the feet moving and picks up 4 yards for the first down. Somebody will have to let us know what Deidre said. Yes or no? Goff will throw. Play action. Looking downfield. Has a man. Pass complete. First down for Mount Lebanon. Blakeman on the coverage. Dan Graziano with the reception at the 45-yard line. Goff, an excellent passer. He's just a junior. Indians bring the house, and there goes Hagee for a first down. Jaquan Williams with the tackle. Will be close to the first down. It looks like they may mark him just short. That's what happens when you bring the house. If you don't get him at the line, there's room to run. And fortunately for the Indians, Jaquan Williams made the tackle in the secondary. 9 yards, it'll be 2nd and 1. Got a feeling Mount Lebanon is going to be looking deep. Oh, there goes Hagee. Left side with some room to run. Into the secondary, wrapped up, thrown down by Williams. At the 25-yard line, a pickup of 11. Fate for no gain. And a penalty flag at the 27-yard line. Ordinarily, that goes against the offense. We shall see. And apparently it will, because the officials are talking to Mike Airgood. So I almost called Kenny, because I can see Kenny Airgood in the stands here tonight, out watching his little brother. Penalty will be declined. It'll be 2nd down and 10. I wonder how many more Airgoods there will be going through here. We've seen about a dozen in the last few years. Hagee with a hole will have the 1st down inside the 10, 5, touchdown Mount Lebanon. So the Blue Devils extend the lead. Now the Indians' offense is going to have to try to respond. 8 plays, 70 yards. Indians doing a nice job of trying to block that kick, but Orphanopolis gets it up, over, and through. And with 5:38 to go, first half, Mount Lebanon 14, Penn Hills 6. You are watching Penn Hills Indians football. Bailey and Blakeman back. They've moved Corey Jones up. He's about the 20-yard line. And I think the Blue Devils saw that one, and they kick it to Bailey, and he'll let it go out of bounds. Nice job, Aaron Bailey. And the Indians should get some nice field position. Should mark him at the 35-yard line. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Bailey looking for somewhere to go, wrapped up and brought down after a pickup of about 4 yards after the 39-yard line. Indians certainly not needing to panic. A lot of time left in this game. A lot of time here in the first half. They only trail by 8 after having the early 6-0 lead. Toss right side. Looks like Corey Jones looking to have nowhere to go. And the Indians will be having a 3rd down and about 5.
Right on the other side of that wall.
Pass to Jones, right side, will have a 1st down for the Indians. Corey Jones out to the 47-yard line will pick up 8. And the Indians will have another 1st down. Clock under 4 minutes. Indians close to midfield. Trips now to the near side. Jaquan Williams on the offensive side of the ball. Aaron Bailey, the trips were a decoy, and Bailey scrambles to the Mt Lebanon Blue Devil 45-yard line for a pickup of 7. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Blakeman will have a 1st down and more for the Indians inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line for a pickup of 11. Malik Blakeman took it right to the Blue Devils and would not be denied. Again, trips to the near side. We'll see if it's Bailey. No, this time Morford will throw. Pass batted as it was intended for Corey Jones. Tipped at the line of scrimmage, falls incomplete, fortunately for the Indians. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. The clock will stop with 2:38 to go here in the first half. The Indians trail 14-6. Once again, the Indians will be in action next Friday night at Plum High School at the start of conference play. Blakeman to the 30-yard line and a gain of 4. The Indians will be looking at a 3rd and 6. Penalty flag as Morford is sacked. It wasn't Morford, it's Corey Jones. Will be sacked back at the 33-yard line. But we'll check the penalty flag, or usually that's against the offense. If it is, I'm sure Mt Lebanon would decline it. So it'll bring up a 4th down for the Indians. The illegal shift, and it is declined. Penalty coming with 1:56 to go here in the first half. The Indians now looking down at a 4th, and we'll call it about 8. And the Indians will use a timeout. 1:53 to go, first half. Mt Lebanon 14, Penn Hills 6. You are watching Indians football. Hi, Sam, what's up? Oh, okay. 4th down for the Indians. Trips to the near side. Bailey deep in the eye. Jones will go to the right. It's Williams, Davenport. And it's a screen near side to Lamont Wright, who's looking for somewhere to go. And he'll be close to the first down, but Mt Lebanon will hold him short. They're going to mark him at the 27-yard line. And the Indians will turn it over on downs. Coming with 1:46 to go. And Hagee will be wrapped up and dropped in the backfield. Coming up to make the play defensively for the Indians is Trayvon Hester. And they're gonna give him the line of scrimmage. That's gonna be a loss of a yard. That'll be second down and 11, but Mount Lebanon looking to be in no hurry just to try to run the clock out. They do get the ball to start half number 2, and I'm sure they'd be happy to go into the locker room with a 14-6 lead. Hagee again, left side. The Indians are there to close. Airgood, Hester, James, Sharkey, et al. And he'll pick up about 2, and the clock will roll under a minute. Some excitement in the booth up here coming up at halftime. My good friend Kevin Persichetti is going to ask Taylin Tuminello to the homecoming dance over the PA system. Inside word is she'll say yes, so we'll have to find out. Yeah, I had to mention that. I've known Kevin since he was a lot shorter than what he is now. And there's a timeout on the field coming with 52 seconds. So we'll take a break. 52 seconds to go, first half. Indians trail by 8. You're watching Penn Hills Indians football. Nice shot of the Indians' defensive front. Brandon Ames, number 51 on the near side. Trayvon Hester, Mike Airgood. Javon Kirkland. And Lamont Kaiser. And the Indians jumped. No, the flag goes the other. No, we'll go. Initially, the call was going to be against Mt Lebanon, but the officials picked up the flag and threw it in the other direction, which means it was offsides against the Indians. Indians have to learn when they jump off sides, they got to come up, they got to point at the offensive line. You may get the call one of these times, especially when a bunch of them jump. They got to come up pointing. So it'll be third down and 4. Clock stopped with 52 seconds. Hagee again, left sides, and Corey Jones will come up and keep them short of the first down. Indians 1 timeout left. Are they going to use it here? It'll be fourth down. And the clock is still running. It's fourth down for the Blue Devils. And the Indians have 1 timeout left. I don't know why they wouldn't use it now. Unless the scoreboard on the far side is wrong. It says the Indians have 1 timeout left. We'll check with the statisticians. Do they in fact have a timeout left? They're not sure. But Mount Lebanon looks to want to run it down and then call a timeout. And they do. They call a timeout with 5 seconds to go. And I think if you want to kill the clock here, just drop back and throw one downfield and out of bounds. Or just throw one downfield, see if you get something. Or like I said, throw it out of bounds. You go in with the 8-point lead at the half. Mount Lebanon band mustering out on the far side, far end zone. Got on the right. Nice shot of the Indian bench. And the defensive huddle. Somebody looking for Brittany. Hagee with a big run left side. We'll run out the clock, but we'll get a first down. We'll tack on the stats out to the 47-yard line. Final play of the first half, an 11-yard run. But the Blue Devils will go into the locker room with an 8-point lead. The Indians are going to go in, regroup, and see what they can do in the second half. After 1 half of play, the score, Mount Lebanon 14, Penn Hills 6. Don't go away. Second half action coming your way next. You are watching Penn Hills Indians football. In Penn Hills with the score, Mount Lebanon 14, Penn Hills 6. The Indians taking the early lead on the opening drive. Up 6-0. Mt Lebanon at the end of one led 7-6. A touchdown in the second quarter pulled them ahead by a score of 14-6, and that's where we stand right now. The Mt Lebanon Blue Devils will get the ball to start half number 2. Kick taken at the 14-yard line. Hagee looking for somewhere to run. Red bodies flying everywhere, and finally Hagee will be brought down after a nifty return to here Jackson. Now Lebanon starts at their own 47-yard line. Now Lebanon comes out on the ground, picking up maybe a yard. Hagee. Kaiser with the tackle, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. Indians not playing badly in the first half. And it looked like the Indians jump off sides. And the Indians do jump off sides again. Hagee again into the line. The Indians close quickly, but Hagee able to pick up about 3 yards. Kaiser again with the tackle. It'll be 3rd and a yard. Saw Brandon Eiffel in attendance at tonight's game. Ran into him at halftime. Hagee left side was held short of the first down. Got away from the initial containment, able to pick up about 6 yards, and it'll be 1st down for the Blue Devils. Ran into Brandon Eiffel, who is now playing at the University of Pittsburgh for the Panthers. Great to see him coming back tonight, rooting on his alma mater. Hagee again hit in the backfield. Ante James was the first man to hit him, but Jaquan Williams will finally take him down at the 31-yard line. Excuse me, at the 21 after a pickup of 18. He was hit in the backfield by Ante James, stayed on his feet and just ran straight up the middle. It was finally Jaquan Williams who was able to derail that freight train, but not until Hagee picked up 18 yards. Fate up the gun to the 17-yard line. Mark him at the 18 for a pickup of 3. Kaiser again with the tackle, and it's 2nd down and 7. Hagee left side, bounced out of bounds at about the 12. Jaquan Williams with the tackle. And it'll be third and about 4. Fate with the dive. And Fayette to the 13-yard line. Fayette will not pick up the first down. Needed 4. We'll get about 3. And then it'll be 4th and about a yard or so for the Blue Devils. And they'll keep the offense on the field and go for it. Hagee hit at the line, dives across the line of scrimmage down to the 10. And it'll be first down for the Blue Devils. See if it's deep enough for a first and goal. Well, it should be first and goal. Finally, we see Jake Alberts, and he'll get a yard. Ball almost popped out on him. And it'll be second down and goal.
Number 22, Jake Alberts on the carry.
Clock at 6.5 and running here in the third quarter. Opening drive. Mt Lebanon chewing up the clock. Almost halfway through quarter number 3, and the Indians haven't touched a football yet. Hagee cross the 5, down to the goal line. We'll mark him at the 1, a pickup of 8. And it'll be third and goal from the 1. Malik Blakeman with the touchdown saving tackle. Hagee, does he get in? The officials say he does. He was driven back. But Hagee will get in from 1 yard out. And Mt Lebanon extends the lead. Now 20-6 with the point after coming. A false start against the Blue Devils. Some movement on the line will make it more of a field goal now than an extra point. Short field goal with that.
Illegal procedure, Mt Lebanon.
The touchdown coming with 5:37 to go in the third quarter. The Blue Devils chewing up 6 minutes and 23 seconds. So 53 yards in 11 plays. And the kick is up and good. 5:37 to go third quarter. Mt Lebanon 21, Penn Hills 6. You are watching Penn Hills Indians football. Roughing the kicker call against Penn Hills. They're going to mark this one off on the kickoff. Mount Lebanon should be kicking off from the Penn Hills 45-yard line, and we'll see when we come back. 5:37 to go, third quarter. Indians trail now by 15. You're watching Penn Hills football.
Due to the penalty, Mount Lebanon will kick off.
And you can see they're going to be kicking off on the short field.
45-yard line.
I always say that if you have this opportunity, always go for the onside kick. If you don't get it, they have the ball at the 35-yard line. You get it, you have the ball at the 35-yard line. Picked up at the 3. Corey Jones with an opportunity to return it, loses his footing at the 11-yard line. And the Indians will have a long field in front of them.
Brought down by number 49, Danny Pryorjack. Indians take over on the 12-yard line. Number 24, Aaron Bailey on carry.
Aaron Bailey goes left side out to the 15-yard line.
Brought down by number 32, Devin Bauer.
A short gain for the Indians. Blakeman will get up to the 20-yard line.
Malik Blakeman on the carry. Brought down by number 79, Arthur Goldberg.
Bailey looking for somewhere to go. We'll get out to the 22-yard line. Should have enough for the first down.
Bailey tackled on the play by number 33.
And it is a first down for the Indians. And it looks like the Indians took too much time. And that's what the call is. As a reminder, tonight's game brought to you by Mr. Water Heater. Call them at 1-866 Mr. W, keeping water hot for 40 years. And by Sunbar Mixel Plumbing and Heating. Cover your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. Call them at 412-241-2967. Winter's coming, folks. Time to get them furnaces checked. Give Sunbar Mixel a call. 412-241-2967. And Corey Jones just made a spectacular catch. It didn't look all that difficult, but the pass was, Morford was hit as he threw the ball. It just got over a defender, and Corey Jones was able to catch it and get the first down at the 35-yard line. Bailey will get up to the 40-yard line, picks up 5. And the Indians will be looking at a 2nd down and 5.
Carry brought down by number 4, Matt Fox.
Jones on the end around, looking for somewhere to go. We'll have the 1st down. And he's brought down at the 46-yard line. A penalty flag back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a 1st down if the play sticks. But the Indians are walking backwards. Holding call will go against the Indians. Flags are at the about the 39-yard line. So it'll be about an 11-yard penalty. Morford rolling to his left, looks underneath the pass. Thrown behind Lamont Wright, incomplete. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 16 for the Indians. Clock will stop with 2:21 to go here in quarter number 3. The Indians trail 21-6. See a lot of jackets coming on out there. Right? It's a nice night. Hopefully we'll have a few more nice nights left before the cold weather really kicks in. Indians will be in action Friday night at Plum High School to take on the Mustangs. Home again in 2 weeks to take on the Central Catholic Vikings. Pass batted in the air. That'll be 4th down and long for the Indians, and there's an injured Indian on the field. So let's take a break. 2:18 to go here, 3rd quarter. Penn Hills trails 21-6. You are watching Indians football. Oh, I should say Comcast, Verizon. Brandon Ames, the injured Indian. And Morford will drop back to punt.
Morford back to kick.
Mount Lebanon brings some pressure, and the kick goes out of bounds. Mount Lebanon will get the ball with 2:10 to go in the 3rd quarter in good field position. Ball at the Indian 46-yard line. 2:09 to go, 3rd quarter. Mount Lebanon 21, Penn Hills 6. You are watching Penn Hills Indians football. Mount Lebanon jumps this time. That's 6'5" Paul Lang.
It's a blue ticket. 6, 5, 4, 8, 8. False start.
Mark gets back to the 50-yard line. Aside from the penalties, it's been a clean game. No, I don't have any, no turnovers yet tonight. Indians stay on sides, and it's Hagee who will get 4 of the 5 penalty yards back. Nagy down to the 40-yard line for a pickup of 6. Mon Kaiser with the tackle, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Mt Lebanon Blue Devils. On a rare visit to Uhas McGinley Stadium. We faced the Blue Devils here several years ago in a playoff game, which I believe was their first visit here, and this will then be their second. Toss left side. Hagee looking for somewhere to go. Has the 1st down. Penalty flags will come in at the 30-yard line. Mark, penalty flag at the 31. We'll check the call. It looks like it's going to be a holding call against the Blue Devils. So that negates the Hagee 1st down. 10 yards will be marked off from the spot of the foul, and it should be about a 1-yard penalty. Folks, don't forget to check highlights of tonight's game on Steelers.com. And this is the high school football game of the week. Dave Klepek from the Steelers up in the press box tonight. This is going to be about a 3-yard penalty. So once again, check out the high school game of the week on Steelers.com. Goff rolls to his right, looking downfield, has a man. A penalty flag comes in, and the pass caught and dropped. Andrew Kuhn was there. I think it's going to be a call against the Indians.
Pass intended for Andrew Kuhn. Flag on the play.
Ordinarily in the secondary, it's against the defense. But the Indians are pointing towards Mt Lebanon. Is there going to be offensive pass interference? That's going to go against the Indians.
Pass interference.
Monte James does not like the call. So the 15-yard penalty will give the Blue Devils a 1st down at the Indian 28-yard line.
That penalty results in Mount Lebanon 1st down.
The Blue Devils threatening as the 3rd quarter winds down. 34 seconds remain. The Blue Devils have a 15-point lead. Hagee, horse collared. Call's going to go against Javon Kirkland. Hagee will pick up 2 yards.
Flag on the play. Personal foul, face mask against Penn Hills. That penalty results in Mount Lebanon 1st down.
It'll be 1st down about the 13-yard line for the Blue Devils. Clock begins to run with 25 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hagee carries Indians down to the 10-yard line on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Mount Lebanon chews up most of that quarter. Indians have the ball for about 3 minutes of the 12. And Mount Lebanon, the only team to score, and as they extend their lead as we go to quarter number 4. After 3, Mount Lebanon 21, Penn Hills 6, with the Blue Devils knocking on the door. You are watching Penn Hills Indians football. Fourth quarter about to get underway here with the Blue Devils. A 2nd down and 7 at the 10-yard line. Hagee with a toss right inside the 5. Touchdown, Mount Lebanon.
Luke Hagee takes it in for a Mount Lebanon touchdown.
Well, that time he took the toss, could have gone right, inside to left, inside to left.
Hagee just took the toss and cut back up the middle. Went almost untouched for the 10 yards into the end zone, and Mount Lebanon extends their lead to 27-6. Orphanopolis to try the point after, and the kick is up. And the kick is good. 11:57 to go. Fourth quarter, Mount Lebanon 28, Penn Hills 6. You are watching Penn Hills Indians football.
Orphanopolis will kick off from the Penn Hills 45-yard line. Blakeman and Jones back to receive for Penn Hills.
Following the penalty marked off, Mount Lebanon kicked off once again in Penn Hills territory. Blakeman with a return across the 20-yard line out to the 22.
Malik Blakeman on the return.
And the Indian offense with a long road to hoe here.
Penn Hills takes over on their own 21-yard line.
Morford will throw, gets a pass over to Chaz Whitaker. And Whitaker gets up to the 27-yard line for a pickup of 6.
Over pass complete, number 2, Chad Whitaker.
Aaron Bailey dives ahead for the first down out to the 32-yard line. We'll give him the 33, a pickup of 5. Blakeman left side. Runs into the arms of Dylan White, 6'5", 210 junior. No gain. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Morford's pass batted in the air. 6'5", Paul Lang getting the paws up. That's what happens whenever you're that tall. You can almost reach the clouds. And for the first time tonight, Phil Morford will be sacked. Arthur Goldberg will make the tackle. Be a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down for the Indians. Morford's punt will hit at the 42-yard line and take a nice roll inside the 30. Mark it right out at the 35-yard line. And Mount Lebanon will take over with 9:02 to go. And the lead, 28-6, Blue Devils. You are watching Indians football. Hagee up the gut, across the 35 to the 37-yard line. We'll pick up 2. Big night tonight rushing for Hagee. Over 100 yards. Goff. Oh, it was Fayette on the first man through. Goff sold the play action, and Fayette gets in Penn Hills territory to the 47-yard line for a pickup of 15. It'll be 1st down, Mount Lebanon. And Mount Lebanon starts milking the clock. And wisely so. Fayette again. Indians not full this time, but Fayette still able to pick up a couple.
Fayette, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 51, Brandon Ames.
Brandon Ames with the tackle. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. Nagy this time hit in the backfield, and again this time the Indians bring him down. Sean Sharkey with the first contact, and then Trayvon Hester. It'll be a loss of a yard. Quick pass over the middle. Lang barrels ahead into the Indians secondary and brought down at the 23-yard line. First reception to Lang tonight. And the Indians look at Mt Lebanon having a first down at the 23. Hagee will lose a yard. Clock at 5.5 and running. Brandon Ames again with the tackle for the Indians. Yeah, Mt Lebanon starting to throw in the clean jerseys. A clean white jersey and a sea of red. Jake Alberts will lose 2 to the 25. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen much of Alberts tonight. Sean Sharkey shaking up on the play. Sharkey helped off on the far side of the field.
With the owner of a GMC Silver Envoy with license plate ESY882, please move your vehicle. You are blocking the parking lot and will be towed. GMC Silver Envoy. ESY882. Please report to your vehicle. Alberts on the carry.
Alberts again on the carry. Dropped for another loss of a yard. Javon Kirkland with the tackle. And it's 4th down for Mt Lebanon. Clock under 4 minutes and running. And Mt Lebanon takes a timeout. 3:37 to go, 4th quarter. Mt Lebanon 28, Penn Hills 6. You are watching Penn Hills Indians football.
All right, thanks. Nice meeting you.
Goff throwing, corner of the end zone, caught? No, it's not. Oh my goodness. Andrew Kuhn looked like it was going to have a touchdown for the Indians. Brandon Nelson and Ante James on the coverage, and the Indians will take over on downs with 3:32 to go. At their own 26-yard line. Well, Lebanon says they have the football, and they do. So first turnover of the game, the Indians give it right back to Mount Lebanon at the 24-yard line. Mount Lebanon with the football following the timeout, and they will be charged with a procedure call. So it'll be 1st and 15. Tyler Roth in at quarterback for the Blue Devils. Tim Biercheck on the carry. Tackle by Lamont Kaiser. Biercheck again with the carry this time.
Check on the carry.
Mike Airgood with the tackle.
Brought down by number 58, Mike Airgood.
Jake Gordon with the carry, Brandon Ames with the tackle, and the Indians not fooled.
Number 47, Jake Gordon.
And it's a 4th down. Clock running, and I think if you're Mount Lebanon, you just let it run down, take a delay of game call, and then on a 4th down play. Well, Lebanon lets as much time as they can run off the clock, and they just take a dive play. And we'll give the ball back to the Indians. And Indians will have it with 1:07 to go here in the ball game. And the Indians trail by a score of 28-6. Indians led 6-0. They went downfield on their opening drive, and since then it's been all Mount Lebanon. 7-6 after one, 14-6 at the half. And the Blue Devils scoring touchdown in each the 3rd and the 4th quarters to extend the lead to 28-6. Indians in action Friday night against the Plum Mustangs to start conference play. Next home game will be 2 weeks from tonight. We'll be hosting Central Catholic. Vikings come into town. Bailey left side has some room to run, has a 1st down and more. Aaron Bailey out to the 43-yard line.
Aaron Bailey on the carry.
We're going to give him the 45 for a pickup of 15. Bailey again gets in Mount Lebanon territory to the 47 for a pickup of 7.
By number 90, R.D. Wilk.
And the Indians will let the clock wind down. And that'll do it for tonight's game. Your final score, Mount Lebanon 28, Penn Hills 6. As we said, the Indians got the opening kickoff and marched downfield to take a 6-0 lead. And after that, it was all Mount Lebanon, 7-6 after one, 14-6 at the half. In the third quarter, Mount Lebanon took the opening kickoff, drove downfield, took 6 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock to go up 21-6. The Indians gave the ball back 2 minutes later. And then Mount Lebanon, a drive that started in the third quarter, drove to the Indians' red zone. And on the first play of quarter number 4, a 10-yard run extended the lead to 28-6, and that's where we wind up. Once again, the Indians' next game, Friday night at Plum, home 2 weeks from tonight against the Central Catholic Viking. A very special thanks to Larry Mascaro at the Penn Hills Sports Shop, which you see wearing on camera. It was all provided by Larry at the Penn Hills Sports Shop across from the police station on Frankstown Road in Penn Hills. For all your sporting goods needs, custom shirts and more, go see Larry at the Penn Hills Sports Shop. Also to Mr. Water Heater for sponsoring our telecast this season. Call them at 1-866-MR-W. And for Sembar Mike's Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning, call them at 412-241-0195. With winter coming upon, it's time to get those furnaces checked. Call call Sembar Mike's 412-241-0195. Once again, the final score tonight from Uhas McGinley Stadium. The Penn Hills Indians drop one to the Mt Lebanon Blue Devils. It's Mt Lebanon 28, Penn Hills 6. We will see you in action Friday night at Plum. I'm Bill Navari. Thank you for watching Penn Hills Indians football.